What is up, my blue few, and how are we doing today? Today we are watching another episode of Smallville. It is episode 13 of season 2, Suspect. I do have a new camera. I bought a new camera. I'm recording an episode with it. I've done a few tests. I've noticed a few things, like, because this is a 4K camera, it does seem to be kind of buffering sometimes, just a little bit. I tried to figure out why it was doing that. I really couldn't. I don't know why it's doing it. I tried to fix it. I looked it up. It said that, like, the frame rate and this and that. So I tried to do that, and I think it got worse, which was really confusing considering. So then I was like, well, maybe I just put it on what it tells me to put it on default, and we'll go with that and say A-okay. But then I was like, that doesn't seem to be working either. So, as of right now, it seems like sometimes a frame isn't there. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure the audio should still be coming through, and, you know, hey. But yeah, I'm just gonna try it for this episode just to see how we feel about it. I might just switch back to my old camera until I'm feeling more safe with this one, because I really don't want to record a lot of videos and then it's like, hey, guess what? You're screwed, because that would suck. And you know what? We've done it before, haven't we? But I think it's recording well enough that it shouldn't be like a problem, if that makes sense. It just might miss a frame or two, and hopefully I can live with that. I don't know, we'll see. Editor Sam hates when I do things like this. She's like, why would you do that? This looks terrible. But, you know, that's editor future Sam, not spontaneous me in the moment Sam, you know? So, yeah. But let's go ahead and hop right in, because as always, I'm excited. I'm actually, you guys aren't going to get to see it, but I think there's only 4 more episodes of this season, and we're doing it. We're gonna go, and because I'm pretty sure, yeah. There's only 16 oh. Never mind. The other episodes just had not loaded. The episodes hadn't loaded. Okay, this makes sense. I was like, man, only 16 episodes in a show coming out in the 2000s? I don't believe it, but that makes sense. They just hadn't fully loaded on the screen. Oopsie doopsies. Well, I have plans to watch 4, but I might go ahead and just watch as much as I actually physically probably can tonight, because I'm really trying to get ahead of myself. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been like putting stuff on the Patreon. I know, crazy, because I've been neglecting her. So, you know, I've been putting stuff on the Patreon. I'm putting stuff on my my members only thing. Like, I'm trying to get ahead. You know, 3 weeks ahead right now. Hope to be even further ahead with, you know, recording these. So yeah, exciting stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into Suspect. If only this could be the episode that Lionel dies. I've noticed when going back and editing how often I pray for the death of Lionel.
Have my helicopter ready first thing in the morning. I'm going back to Metropolis.
I thought he had already decided to go back to Metropolis.
Martha Kent is no longer in my employ.
Oh. Hold on, wait a minute. Could this actually be the death of Lionel Luthor?
Is that you?
Is that who?
Didn't I make it clear? The conversation is over.
Wait a minute, hold on! Look, when I said I wish for the death of Lionel Luthor, I didn't think I didn't think this was gonna be the episode that I was gonna get what I wanted! Holy... I mean, I guess we don't know. He might survive 2 gunshots, right? You know, one to the shoulder, one to the chestal area. We don't know if that's the heart. He could survive. He could continue to play the villain, but I don't know. If this is the episode where Lionel dies, that's crazy that it's only in season 2, considering he has been on like the oh god, the screen that I've paused at is making my face look like I'm an actual ghost. Because he's been in the openings, like he's like credited as like a main character, so it would be crazy to kill him. But you know, people have done crazier things. I mean, Buffy season 6, wink wink, if you know what I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. I mean, if Lex is here, there's no way he didn't just hear 2 gunshots, right? There's no way Opera and like a thunderstorm. There's no way Lionel Luthor dies in this episode. That's crazy if Lionel dies in season 2.
Jonathan's dead. Put the gun down and step out of the truck.
What? Hold on. Wait a minute. I have to assume Jonathan is being framed right now. Who could frame... Who would? Like, there's the... I don't know. I have to assume this is a character that we haven't seen before. I mean, we could hypothetically say it's the woman with the pheromones, but I can't remember if she died or not, to be honest. Because you know how they are with the characters, you never really know. There's the... No, because I think he does end up dying, right? The guy who can just, like, make you do things by touching you, right? There's him. And there was 2 of those guys. But I can't remember if they die or not. Oh, God. Here's the thing. I do not believe in a million years that Jonathan Kent shot. I don't believe it. I just don't. That's the one variable that I'm going to be like, hey, guess what? I don't believe it. Someone else is a part of this conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. I don't think Jonathan did anything.
What's going on, Jonathan? As a friend, don't say another word until you get yourself a lawyer.
Yeah, I really would recommend it. You need to do a blood alcohol test on him immediately to see if he's actually been drinking.
Anything you say may be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to consult the...
Oh, he's outside the Luthers right now. Here's the thing. Do we think Lionel's actually dead? Do we actually think he died? Or did he somehow survive? 2. I don't know. Do you think this is going to be one of those episodes where, like, we start in the beginning, or we start, like, in the middle, and then we go to the back to, like, how this could have happened, and then we go forward? Or do you think this is where our starting point is, and we can only, maybe, like, flashbacks? Ooh, this buffering thing. I really hope. It doesn't really happen if I'm, like, continuing to talk, but when, like, I stop, and then I look, or, I don't move for a minute, and then I move, it does it. I don't know how I feel about it.
I'm fine, other than a splitting headache. Is there any word on how Lionel Luthor's doing?
He was rushed into surgery, Jonathan. He may not make it.
Dad, what happened last night?
Well, I was out running some errands. I stopped by the Wild Coyote for a beer. When I got in my truck, everything started to go woozy on me.
How many did you have?
Martha, I had half a beer.
Sounds like someone put something in your half a beer.
I know I'm out on the side of Highway 91. I got the police spotlight shining in my face. It's raining.
We need to get you a lawyer.
Henry Small used to be a criminal attorney.
Well, he certainly wouldn't be intimidated by the Luthors.
Ooh, he wouldn't. That's smart. You're smart.
You and Clark are gonna have to leave now.
Okay, the first thing they should have done, now it's been too late, they should have done a blood alcohol test to see if he actually was intoxicated, or if there was something else in his system. Half a beer, but he's getting woozy. It means that he could have been drugged. Like, they should have done those tests immediately, right? I feel like that's like what you would do. I don't know, though. Maybe I'm wrong. But, you know, if he doesn't have any memory, yes, okay, sure, he could be lying. But he's also lived in this town his entire life. I feel like he knows the cops by name. I feel like he would be like, hey, I don't remember last night. Something's wrong. Like, I just feel like they should have done those tests.
Dad, no matter what it takes, I'm gonna find out who did this.
Even finding out, it could be a Barry Allen situation, right? Even if you know who did it, how are you supposed to say, oh, it was a man, a blurry flash of a man who killed my mother? It just doesn't, you know, like, you can be like, he did it, but if you can't prove that he has abilities or, like, it's just, ugh.
I'm sorry about your father, Clark, but I'm afraid I can't represent him.
You let your license go, he might not have his license anymore.
Case. Mr. Small, from everything I know about you, you're perfect for this case.
I'd be happy to make some referrals.
They don't need a list of names. They need someone they can trust.
My decision's final.
I've been watching a lot of mystery shows lately, okay? I've been watching this guy who, like, does, it's like Chase something. He does a bunch of, can I guess who the murderer is before the end of the whatever? So I've been watching those. And the music they just played on top of him walking away, it just feels suspicious. You know what I mean? Did you pick that up? I picked it up. I'm just saying, I picked up.
Looks like we need to find another lawyer.
I mean, you might need to call.
There's something I have to tell you. I went by the mansion yesterday to drop off the Talon's quarterly tax bills, and your dad was there.
No. I want you out of our lives once and for all.
You're jumping to conclusions, Mr. Kent. It was simply a token of appreciation.
Oh, I think it was quite a bit more than that, don't you?
It's all relative, isn't it? Rocher.
Interesting, because we went from I am pausing on the most bright ass frames I can, where I look just so interesting, huh? From last episode, it seemed like we were just gonna act like everything was normal. Martha was gonna go back to work, like we were gonna be super chill, just see if we could get more information. But maybe something's happened since then. Or maybe this is us playing into the role of... Because, like, I mean, would you think Jonathan would be okay with that? Like, maybe this is us playing a part? I don't know, because Jonathan's the one that came up with the idea with Martha staying and working and seeing if she could get more information, you know?
He threatened him, Clark.
Why would he lie to me?
Look, the sheriff came by earlier. I told him what I just told you. I didn't want to, but I couldn't lie.
You can't. It's if she's caught in a lie. I mean, is that perjury? What is that? It's bad. I know that much.
Well, my dad would never try to kill anybody, right?
He was angry, Clark, but I know him, and there's no way.
I don't know. I just don't. But then we have the past story of, like, I could see the case that they could build against him, which really sucks. You know, he's had a violent incident before where he's had to be dragged out of a building after punching Martha's father. Like, that's a thing that has happened. There's been other incidents in this town that, like, weren't technically his fault, but things did occur that he was a part of. It just, you know, a lot of suspicious things happen with the Kent family. It's hard to not look at those, you know?
Mom? What's going on?
They have a search warrant.
For the house. Do they have it for anything else?
Martha, can I have a word with you?
Yeah,
Found this watch on your bedroom floor. Is it yours?
it was a gift.
From who?
Lionel Luther.
Hmm.
To Martha with deepest affection, LL.
I was gonna give it back. I knew if Jonathan saw it, he would be furious, so... You've known Jonathan since high school.
I can't let my friendship interfere with my job. And you gotta admit, this looks like motive.
He found a watch and smashed it. That doesn't mean he's a killer.
It doesn't mean he's a killer.
The way I figure, he was still hot under the collar when he got to the Wild Coyote. The bartender told me he got pretty drunk.
Hey, Mike. Why don't you give me a double shot of that tequila?
Interesting, because this is such a different story than... It's crazy, I believe Jonathan so fully, but, like, the story that we're being painted here is one completely different. But, like, the problem would be that this is so many people saying a different story that, like, first off, I can't say that, like, Lana would be lying about that situation. Like, why would Lana be in on a conspiracy to frame Jonathan, right? So already this story has to be somewhat true. It has to have somewhat of... Man. But I don't think Jonathan did it. I think he had been perfectly framed. Like, he'd just been in a situation where it was easy to frame him, but I just don't think... he's the man. Also, the bartender is the mayor in Superman and Lois. Fun fact. Just noticed it.
Wait a minute, Dad said he only had one beer.
Well, I administered his blood alcohol test myself, son. He was a 2.0.
Damn. So they had done the thing.
From the sound of things, he was really spoiling for a fight.
Lionel Luther's a lying, miserable son of a bitch.
Don't get any arguments here.
Okay, so here's what I think. Putting the pieces together, I think it's the bartender. Or if it's not the bartender, it's the bartender and another person. Like, maybe the bartender didn't do the shooting, but he saw a good opportunity to frame someone else so him and someone else could get away with murdering Lionel. Because you see how he agrees so openly here. He's smiling. You know, like, I just don't know if a man you've known, I assume, for a pretty good amount of your life, because I have to assume that they probably knew each other at some point, you'd be smiling like that when you see a friend clearly going down a bender situation here, you know, like drinking so much, being in such a, especially Jonathan. So my next guess for this murder mystery situation, which you don't know it's murder, but I guess right now with Jonathan being the suspect, I'll hope that Lionel pulls through. But if it was any other situation, I wouldn't. But I think it's the bartender and maybe another partner. It might just be the bartender. That's what I'm guessing for now. It could be the bartender and Small, Mr. Small. Okay, I'm putting, okay, boom.
All right, then why don't you just sell me the whole bottle?
I'm not supposed to do that, Jonathan.
Come on, Mike. Now, we've been friends a long time.
See, like, I just don't feel like Jonathan's a man that would get drunk and then get behind the wheel of a car, you know? But I mean, I guess if you're drunk, you're not thinking rationally, right? But, like, this whole story, oh, perfect, the whole bottle right there, but he doesn't drink any of it. Like, it's almost a full bottle when it tips out of the car. So I think that is a red herring, as they say. I don't even think he's drank this much. I think he was drugged. I couldn't think of the right word for that.
Nobody's gonna
See, look how much there's left in that. And do you remember when it spilled over? It was still almost a full thing, which means he wasn't drinking at all. Drinking and driving in this kind of weather, I don't know, just like, do you feel like, where does he get a gun? Not saying I don't think Jonathan Kent is someone who's like, you know, has their...
Didn't I make it clear? The conversation is over.
The conversation is over. See? Didn't I make it clear the conversation is over? That doesn't... Oh my god, I've put it on the worst frame yet again. Whoosh! Look at me! I have to... Give me a second. There we go. Look, now I don't look like a... I have to assume that Lionel has another fight with somebody else that day. Didn't I make it clear? Honestly, okay, let's... Another suspect that we could technically put out there is the guy that Lex talks to in the hospital. I could maybe see, like, he's fighting with Lionel. He wants more of the company. He wants... maybe it's like he's like, write your son out of the will. I want to be him. I want to be your second man, right? He doesn't agree. He gets pissed. He shoots him. I could see it, but I think the bartender has to be a part of it. So somehow the bartender has to be a part of the equation when it comes to the shooting. I have to believe that.
We have eyewitnesses who saw Jonathan's truck leaving the mansion after they heard gunshots. Forensics found powder residue on Jonathan's hand. I wish there were another explanation.
Classic Pete.
What are we looking for? The police already checked this whole area.
Yeah, well, they haven't checked it with my laser vision, so... Another bullet. Okay, so that's proof. So wait a minute. Well then, I feel like they would have seen that the gun had 3 shots out of it, right? Like they would have... But I guess you don't really know how many times... Like if this was a revolver situation, okay, yeah, sure. But this is like a handgun situation. I don't know if it's different. But this is proof that another bullet had been shot. Now, the thing is like, how do you tell the cops? Because I don't feel like you should mess with evidence. Messing with evidence is a bad no-no. It kind of makes it intermissible in court, you know?
That's a bullet. We need to get the sheriff out here to dig it out.
There we go. Smart. Oh no! I would have kept someone there.
Whoever shot Lionel probably drugged my dad and then followed him until he pulled over.
And then had him shoot the gun.
Maybe we can convince the police that my dad is being framed.
I would have kept someone there just in case, because what if that bullet disappears now that you're gone, you know?
Someone put that gun in my dad's hand and fired it. That's why you found gunpowder on his skin. Whoever's trying to set up my dad doesn't want you to find that bullet.
I don't know what it'll prove, but I'll get out there and have it tested.
I mean, it does prove that...
I was wondering if we could talk. My name's Dominic Santori. I work for Lionel Luther. I don't think his father shot Mr. Luther.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so that helps me with this scenario. Wait a minute. No. Hold on. It could still be this guy. Let me see what his next words are. If it's like, I think it was his son, then I think it's this guy. Okay?
But I'm pretty sure I know who did.
All right, Lex.
See?
Would you ask your seeing eye dog to wait outside?
Anything you have to say, you can say in front of Dominic.
A representative from an offshore shell company bears an uncanny resemblance to Mr. Santori here. Has been quietly approaching the LexCorp employees and buying up their voting shares.
So there's motive. See, he's telling this story as if Lex is the guy, but this is motive against him. He's buying up the shares. He doesn't want to get fired by Lionel. I think it's him. But I feel like the bartender has to be a part of it. Unless, But man, it's hard to think that Jonathan would drink under the or would drive under the influence, you know? That just doesn't feel like a Jonathan move to me. But I mean, I could be wrong, but I just feel like that's just not him. So it makes me feel like the
This entire father-son reconciliation act was just a smokescreen to stab me in the back and buy out my company.
If you were really ready to run LexCorp, there's no way I could have taken it from you.
When I broke away from you, I swore I'd never be under your thumb again.
It's my hope that you'll stay and rise to the challenge.
I'll fight you on this and I'll win.
You better have something stronger than words to back up those threats, son, because as of this moment, you are just another employee.
All Lex had to do was wait until Lionel was alone.
Conversation is over.
See, this is the I don't believe. No.
Lex could have framed Mr. Kent. Then he drove his girlfriend to Metropolis. A convenient alibi.
I know Lex and his dad have their problems, but it's hard to believe he'd do that.
Face it, Clark. In your heart, you've always known what Lex is capable of.
I think it's gotta be him. Getting two, because this would, if Lionel doesn't make it and he dies, and also, Lex goes behind bars for this murder. Who's bought most of the shares? This gentleman. You know what I mean? I think I have got this case cracked right open. That's what I think. Ooh, a little red in the hair? I love it!
Are you okay?
Sometimes being an objective journalist really sucks.
Can imagine.
Yeah.
I still can't believe Henry didn't take Mr. Kent's case.
I found it really odd that your dad passed up an opportunity to take on a Luther, so I ran a search on his legal history. And since you don't seem to be freaking out, I guess I should continue.
If it helps explain why he won't defend Mr. Kent, then I want to know.
Turns out that Mr. Small was a top white-collar criminal defense lawyer. He and his firm did a lot of business with, surprise, surprise, Luther Corp.
Oh. Maybe he considered the Kent case a conflict of interest.
This is interesting, though. Luther Corp filed a complaint against Henry Small that got him fired from his firm.
Okay, so that explains why he might hate the Luthers, but it doesn't explain why he won't take the case.
You know, Lana, my computer only spits out cold, hard facts. If you want explanations, you're gonna have to go to the source.
Dominic told me you got in a fight with your father just before he got shot. Why didn't you tell the police?
So now you're implying I pulled the trigger?
It's not like I haven't seen you shoot someone before.
Get out of here before you say something you really regret.
Are you trying to frame my dad?
I thought you knew me better than the average tabloid reader.
If you don't start trusting me with the truth, what else am I supposed to think?
Stay out of it, Clark.
My dad's life is at stake here.
So is my father's.
That is true. That is true. You have to think of it this way. Hoodlums. You have to think of it this way. You know, it's really crazy. But, like, I can definitely see the path that Lex could go down. Because how often does Clark come here now? It's so crazy. Clark will defend Lex to other people. But then, he will just lay into Lex in these moments. Like, it just, I don't... From where we went to in the hospital, where Clark literally says, like, I don't think Lex could do this. I feel like him coming in with this energy just doesn't add up for Clark. What was I saying? Oh, I was saying I could see where Lex goes down this path of becoming evil and not being Clark's friend anymore. Because of how often Clark does this, where he thinks the worst of Lex. I don't know. I just feel like if Clark had come in here with a better energy, if he had come in here and just been like, hey, this guy said that you had a fight with your father. I don't believe him. I don't feel like you would kill your dad. But I also don't think my father would either. I think something's going on. I think that's a good thing. I think that would be smart. It would put the... But maybe I'm just being too smart. I'm using insider information, I feel like, you know, because I'm so intelligent. I also want to say, see, at this point, even though Lex has such... I think Lex still loves his father. I really do. I think he still has love for his father in his heart. But it dwindles more and more each episode. It really does. Lionel truly shows his colors so much, and I think the love that Lex has for him continues to dwindle. Even now, I think he still worries about his father, and I think he still loves him. But if Lionel survives this, which I have to assume he probably does, because there's no way you cut Lionel Luthor this early. Like, I just don't see it happening. I could honestly see an episode where Lex would kill Lionel. I could see it so easily happen, you know? Like in a future episode where Lionel has just finally hit that last straw with Lex, where the love in his heart just isn't enough to stop him from doing what he thinks is right for the world or whatever, you know?
You know, it's funny how being locked up can give you time to reflect on all the mistakes you've made.
Why didn't you tell me you had a fight with Lionel?
Because I was angry.
At me?
No.
I'm at myself. I was jealous when I found that watch. It reminded me of all the things I couldn't give you. For the first time, it felt like I was losing you. Martha, I am so sorry.
For what?
Fuck, bro, it's a really good episode.
I'm sorry for not having faith in us. I'm sorry for giving into my own petty fears. And all it takes is one reckless moment to ruin everything.
Jonathan, you didn't shoot Lionel.
No, I didn't shoot Lionel. But I let my anger get the best of me. I haven't exactly kept it a secret how Jonathan Kent feels about the Luthors. What jury could possibly believe me now?
Here we go.
My older brother used to come here all the time in high school. Word was they never checked IDs.
How'd they keep it open?
Good luck.
Well, if someone did drug my dad, this would have been the only place to do it.
I agree. The only thing I don't get is if it is the guy who's like smoozing on Lionel Luthor, right? If it's him, why frame Jonathan only to... Well, I mean, I guess I answered my question earlier, which is like, you frame Jonathan and then you come in with a different person, right? And then you frame Luthor. I guess that could technically work, but I feel like we don't have to do the Jonathan Kent thing. We can just do the Luthor thing, right? Why do we have to involve Jonathan at all? Like, why frame both? I just don't... I know this guy's in on it.
I don't know what you kids heard, but we don't serve minors in here. Listen, I'm sorry about what happened.
Do you remember if he was talking to anyone the other night?
He was talking to everybody, blowing off steam. Sounded like he had a major run-in with Lionel Luthor.
The sheriff said he bought a bottle of tequila from you.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't done it now. The cops want me to testify, to lose my liquor license.
Never seen my dad drink more than 1 or 2 beers. Are you sure someone didn't put something in his drink?
Nobody had to put anything in his drink. The way he was knocking him back. No, Jonathan since high school. He's always had a temper. There's no doubt in my mind he did it. You're just as bad as your old man!
Clark, let him go. Be cool.
Playing a dangerous thing, Clark. I'm guessing Clark hasn't gotten to the point where he can hear heartbeats.
He's involved. I think he's the one who spiked my dad's drink.
I agree.
Well, putting a bartender through spin cycle isn't the most intelligent thing to do right now.
I know. Sorry.
Oh, shit!
Hey, look out!
What is this episode? Holy... Also, car explosion. You know, we gotta put it out there.
Yeah, I think so.
What? I mean, that has to be a totally other person. That's not the bartender. Clark, you could totally catch him. Yeah, I guess Pete's not a normal boy, or he is a normal boy. You gotta check all his vitals, make sure.
I heard you had a narrow escape.
What do you care?
Because I think this hit and run may be connected to my father's shooting. I warned you to stay out of this, Clark.
Why? So you could control the situation?
Dominic must have made quite an impression.
This isn't about Dominic.
He's asked the hospital staff to keep me away from my father. Why do you think that is?
Probably to protect him.
Or himself.
Why would he suddenly turn against Lionel?
Because the decision to buy out LexCorp affects him as much as it does me.
See? Like I said earlier, I was like, this doesn't just affect Lex, this also affects him too, right? You know?
You never told me you wanted Lex back.
I thought it was a seal.
You know how much I care about this company. I can't believe you're giving Lex another chance. You made promises to me. Promises that I expect you to keep.
You've been loyal, Dominic, but Lex is blood.
Worked too long to let you take everything away from me now.
Ooh, okay.
Shoot your father?
Seizing the reins of a billion-dollar corporation is a powerful incentive. All he needed was someone to take the blame.
And someone easily payable.
Why didn't you tell anyone about this?
Cause like the bottle wasn't even drink. You'd think if he spent the money, he'd be drinking it while driving there, right?
While you were playing it close to the vest, my father was sitting in jail. How long were you planning on letting him stay there?
Until I knew for sure he didn't do it. Now I do. I needed the guilty party to make a mistake.
Like trying to kill me and Pete? So what now?
I know about the complaint Lionel Luthor filed against you.
Have you been snooping into my past?
I was curious to find out why you wouldn't help one of my closest friends. I'm your daughter, and if we're ever gonna have more than the same DNA in common, we have to be honest with each other.
Look, I didn't ask you to come barging into my life.
Don't worry. You know, I won't be imposing on you again.
You know, with the thing that happened either last episode or the episode beforehand, I think it was last episode, with the wife being like, really warning Lana. I really do hope that, because I feel like this moment would have hurt even more. I feel like her warning Lana has to at least somewhat help in this situation of being able to stay strong with her decision to technically say, like, fine, then I will cut you out of my life. I don't need you. Like,
Lionel Luthor has nothing to do with this.
I saw the complaint.
Payback after I refused to go along with one of his ethically dubious schemes. Business as usual for Luthor Corp. Kansas versus Sutton, a murder trial back in the early 90s.
ooh.
I don't understand.
I was defense counsel court appointed, which meant I didn't give a damn. 5 years after his conviction, his family has the evidence retested, proving he was innocent.
So you were still able to get him out, right?
By then it was too late. He'd been executed 3 months before. After that, I hung it all up.
I know you can't undo the past, but you can't hide from it either.
Yeah, come on, brother.
I've got another bail hearing set for this afternoon. Now, I'm sure with Jonathan's standing in the community, we can have him out by supper. Look, we're not out of the woods yet. Lex Luthor's alibi checks out, but Dominic Santori's is flimsy. For the bartender who could corroborate his involvement has disappeared. Now, without him, it's going to be hard to keep your case from going to trial.
Breaking and entering really necessary? But the police already checked this place out.
Yeah. They checked out the area where my dad was arrested, too.
Well, yeah, no, you're not wrong. A secret door, maybe? That'd be cool.
Pete!
Is he dead?
Oh, man. Talk about sleeping with the fishes.
I think I know who shot Lionel Luthor.
Is it Small? Damn it. I feel like it is. I feel like the guy who's been schmoozing on Lionel is a red herring. And I think my first guess of it being Small is right. Fuck. I could be wrong. It could just be the guy schmoozing.
Lex said his father moved to another floor. We put the word out that Lionel was getting better. Guessing it would draw you out. Kept hoping I was wrong.
No! What? I'm actually shook! No way! No! I didn't even... Oh my god. I can't believe I was so wrong. I can't believe I was so wrong. Ethan, what? To frame a friend from so many... I mean, him and Jonathan have been friends for years. He was the first person they told about adopting Clark. That's crazy. I cannot believe.
You went to high school with my dad. So did Mike the bartender. Except you and Mike were more than just friends. You had a business arrangement. Explain how a bar with repeated violations stays open? Or how all the evidence conveniently pointed toward my dad.
What? It's Ethan?
It's the Luthers. They're like a cancer.
The Luthers didn't kill anyone.
Hmm.
The Luthers didn't frame my dad.
I can't believe I was so wrong. I fell for every red herring. Every one of them.
I found this in the house. It's my dad's old high school yearbook. Him and Ethan were in the same class.
To Jonathan. A great quarterback, a better friend, Ethan.
You grow up with someone you think you know him, but...
I know. I feel the same way.
Darkness like that just doesn't come out of nowhere.
Also, is Luther looking tan in this episode or what? Usually Luther has like the pale glow of a man who's about to die, but he looks like he's been living in the Bahamas or something. He looks nice, doesn't he? Just wanted to put that out there. I mean, jeez.
My father thinks I'll go back to work for him.
Will you?
It's hard to imagine working for a man who can enrage 4 people to the point where any one of them had motive to kill him.
Yeah.
You know that darkness you were talking about? I'm not sure we're born with it. I think people like my father find a way to bring it out.
I cannot agree more.
I wish I could help you with your father.
I could take him.
I believe that. So he lives. Devastating. I was really hoping.
I understand you've had a busy few days.
In case you hadn't heard, Sheriff Ethan has been charged in the murder of the bartender and for the attempt on you.
It truly is a sad day in Smallville.
So wait. Are we saying that Ethan also stops and tries to murder Pete and Clark? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. You were willing to kill 2 kids. You were willing to completely destroy Martha's life. Not just Martha's life, but Pete's parents' life. Do you know how many people do great after a child dies? They don't. Like, what? That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy.
The sheriff and I simply had a misunderstanding.
I was strapped. But don't think you own me. I've documented your backroom deals. You push me, and I just have to make one call.
He, passed along your documented evidence. Along with his best wishes.
Why would you not have copies? That's dumb.
Sheriff, that's an elected position, isn't it?
Don't threaten me, you son of a bitch.
Good evening, Sheriff.
I wish Lionel had died.
So you took an honest man and destroyed him, and by proxy almost ruined Jonathan Kent. How does it feel, Dad, knowing you brought this on yourself?
But I didn't, Lex. You did.
No, no. I hope Lionel dies. Just a horrendous death. I hope it's... When he dies, I'm going to get up and I'm going to dance. I'm going to dance in this room. You all will get to see it. Because I'm going to dance my actual ass off when he dies. Lionel is a narcissist. He is an actual, true, real narcissist. Is what he is. He can't take blame. He's never the faulty person in the scenario. Ooh. And what is Lex but a scapegoat? I guarantee. I guarantee. Before Lex's mother died, she was the scapegoat. Because there's always a scapegoat in these fucking scenarios where, oh, they're the bad guy. They're the bad guy. And I guarantee she died. Well, Lex needs someone else. My son. Ooh, I can't wait till he dies. I will truly celebrate. Truly.
You actually believe that?
It's all right, son. I forgive you.
I honestly could not put it past Lex if he suffocated him. If he just put his hand over his mouth and nose. Oh, he gave into his wounds. He couldn't make it. So sad. It's not gonna happen, but God. I would hate for Lex to become a murderer. Like, in that scenario, it sucks for Lex. But, I mean, I don't think Lionel deserves to walk another step. If he doesn't die this season, that's crazy. Like, if they did that and then I heard a gunshot, next episode it's his funeral. Y'all, I'm telling you, if Lionel keeps living, I don't know how I can do it. I don't know how I could. I mean, like, how does a man like Lionel continue to live? I don't know how this is like the first true attempt on his life that we've gotten to see. I don't know how it doesn't happen every other day. I mean, this man has to be making enemies constantly. So, like, I just don't understand how he's alive. And I hope he dies soon. I hope it happens. Oh, how I will rejoice in his death. Also, that I was so wrong. I'm so upset. I can't believe I fell for every single red herring. I fell for every single one of them. Aggravating is what that is. It's aggravating because I think my ideas were right. I think I'm smart. I think it would have been hilarious if it was Small. Like, right? But, you know, I guess it's Ethan. So now we don't even get to see Ethan anymore. Like, Ethan's always been our guy who comes by. And now this? Also, like, it just, what? That Ethan frames. And then he goes and almost kills Pete and Clark. And then he does kill his best bud. Like, what? You're destroying your life. At that point, just kill him. Just kill Lionel and say, hey, I did it. You, in this scenario, you're not just wrecking one person's life, you're wrecking so many other people. And then you didn't even kill the right person. Like, Lionel survives. Man. Brutal. Brutal stuff. I'm not gonna lie. It was brutal. Hard to watch. But, yeah. That was episode 13. Suspect. Super fun. Please tell me if you feel like this camera situation is so bad and you just can't handle it. So I know I lead the feedback as soon as you possibly can, please. Yeah. As always, hit that like button and that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.